Right when things start working, you lose focus, you procrastinate, you make a strange decision. It damages everything. Later, you look back and think, why did I do that? I was so close. But there is a reason, and it is not laziness. Most people think self-sabotage means failure. It does not. Self-sabotage usually appears right before success, when you are close to a breakthrough, a better version of yourself, a life that requires real change. That is when your behavior quietly turns against you. Not because you are weak, but because your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Your brain does not care about your goals. It does not care about achievement. It cares about survival, familiarity, safety, predictability, even if that familiarity is painful. From a psychological perspective, success represents uncertainty, and uncertainty feels dangerous to the brain. When life starts improving, your nervous system reacts, not with excitement, but with caution. Deep in the brain is a system designed to detect threat. It evolved to keep humans alive, not to make them successful. So when routines change, when expectations rise, when identity begins to shift, that system activates. It does not ask whether the change is good. It asks only one question. Is this familiar? If the answer is no, the brain prepares resistance. That resistance is self-sabotage, not a flaw, a defense mechanism. Self-sabotage rarely looks dramatic. It is quiet, subtle, easy to justify. It looks like delaying something important for no clear reason. It looks like doubting yourself when progress is visible. It looks like creating unnecessary problems or returning to old habits, just once, on the surface. This feels like poor discipline. Underneath, it is fear, wearing logic as a disguise, fear of responsibility, fear of visibility, fear of becoming someone you no longer recognize. Here is the part most people never realize. Self-sabotage is not about the goal. It is about identity. Your brain holds a self-image, a story about who you are. I am the one who struggles. I am the one who never finishes. Success is not for people like me. When reality begins to contradict that story, the brain experiences tension. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. That tension feels unbearable. So the brain seeks relief. It does not change the story. It changes your behavior, back to what fits the identity, back to what feels known. This is why self-sabotage often appears right before success. Failure fits the identity. Success demands an update. And updating identity requires psychological effort. So the brain chooses the easier path. It pulls you back. With success comes new expectations, new responsibilities, new ways of being seen. People begin to notice. They expect consistency. They expect growth. And suddenly, the pressure feels heavier. Your brain begins asking questions. What if I cannot maintain this? What if I disappoint people? What if I lose this and confirm my worst fears? So instead of risking a bigger fall, the brain chooses a controlled one. Self-sabotage creates the illusion of control. If you fail on your own terms, at least the story stays intact. Imagine someone finally improving their life. They become disciplined. They start seeing results. Energy improves. Confidence rises. Other people notice the change. Then something shifts. Motivation fades. Old habits return. Progress slows. Not because they chose failure, but because success felt unfamiliar. The brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar success. Pain you understand feels safer than growth you do not. So the mind gently pushes you backward, not all at once, just enough to restore balance. Over time, this creates a loop. Progress begins. Anxiety rises. Momentum breaks. Relief follows. Then, guilt. The cycle repeats. That relief teaches the brain an important lesson. This behavior works. Do it again. This is why self-sabotage can feel automatic, like it happens without permission, because it does. It is learned protection, not conscious choice. The pattern weakens the moment it becomes visible. When you stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is my brain trying to protect me from?" That question changes everything, because protection can be negotiated. Punishment cannot. Once you see self-sabotage as a safety response, not a character flaw, you gain leverage. You can slow down, you can reassure, you can move forward without triggering panic. Self-sabotage is not proof that you are broken. It is proof that you are approaching a version of life. Your brain has not yet learned to feel safe inside, and the closer you get to real change, the louder the resistance becomes. The question is not why you sabotage yourself. The real question is this: what part of success still feels unsafe to you?